Hello, my dear Patreons. Welcome back in the next crafty video. I'm coming today with envelopes. I love to create with envelopes, and I did so many different projects with envelopes. And 2024, it's kind of like my anniversary year on YouTube. I just kind of remember that I am 10 years on YouTube, so I was thinking it will be good if we will do again some project from envelopes, which we didn't do before, but it's kind of like representing what I love to do the most, and that's the pockets journals. And I'm gonna create very easy, I think, very easy journal. I do have here two types of envelopes. One is this large one. I'm not sure how they do call. It's for full size of printer paper. And then other envelope I do have, it's this one, it's DL envelope. It's that this is size where I can fit A4 paper in the width. And this is when the A4, like normal printer paper here in UK, can be folded 3 times and or twice. Yeah, twice, not 3 times, twice, and it can fit into this one, DL envelope. And this envelope can fit 3 times in this large one, so that's actually, how you fold that A4 size paper into this small one. So I'm gonna be working with this envelope, so come on. My explanation is very weird, I'm so sorry. It's quite early morning, Sunday morning. I just spoke with my mom, so I'm a little bit confused from everything we were chatting about. I'm gonna create a little easy folio from this. First, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna score flaps on these envelopes. I'm gonna open it, place it to my scoring board somewhere. This proper fold, or the original fold on the flap, I'm gonna place on some score line, and I'm gonna score 1/8 or 1/4, 1/8 of inch next to it. So I'm creating gap here. The gap I will use to glue the envelope on that large envelope. So gap like this, 1/8 of inch. And I'm gonna do it on 6 of my envelopes. I do have scored these gaps on the flaps of my envelopes. And before I will start to glue them here on that large envelope, I would like to add on some of them, probably some embossing effect, I guess. I think 3 of them I will add embossing effect, and 3 of them I'm gonna keep as they are. I have these gorgeous kind of like a lace effect strips, so I think I'm gonna use them and add there a little bit of that. And I do have these small ones, and some of them they have like tickets, and somewhere I do have yeah, like film strip. So I'm gonna try to add here and there some embossing effect. So I do have my embossed effect done. I'm gonna grab distress ink. I'm gonna take this my kind of like distressing tool, ink pad, and steel brown, and maybe I will mix it with fried burlap and distress all of my envelopes right now before I will attach them together. I do have all distressed, and now I can start to plan how I will glue it inside and what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna definitely mix always one embossed envelope than one not embossed envelope, that's for sure. And I think I'm gonna start with one embossed envelope. I'm gonna put the glue just on that kind of like spine or gap here. So I'm gonna lay it down this way, put there a glue. So no scoring. Bear with me. So add the glue on that scored piece, scored gap, and I'm gonna place my envelope here with a frame all around because it can fit to that large envelope nicely. So I'm keeping kind of like frame all around. So no scoring, no measuring before. Just literally glue it down this way. I'm gonna open it and press it here. And lift this one up and press it again. Just to make sure that the gap I scored will get glued. Okay. I think I do have set up the first one, and now every single next next envelope I'm gonna add the glue on that little gap. And then place it next to that first envelope. And I'm keeping like a very small gap between, like this, a very small gap between those envelopes. So I do have this flap here, and I do have my envelope this way. So flip it over, and I'm gonna grab another envelope. So this one I'm gonna flap it actually this way. So I do have that gap here. Place there a glue. And again place it next to that previous envelope with a small little gap. Again, small little gap. So I do have that flap here. And oops, shoot. Ha, too early to move it. And I do have my envelope. Flap it, press it. And same way, I'm gonna continue with all these 3 envelopes. I do have glued all my envelopes, and if you will have a look from this side, it does make beautiful spine base. So what I'm gonna do, I need to fold it a little bit farther because I would like to have also 2 flaps, one from the top, one from the bottom. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take another 2 envelopes, same like these, the envelopes. Kind of measure how far goes this last envelope from my fold. It goes right next to the window. Okay. Gonna take my scoring board measure this, how big this gap is. So it's from here, 1 inch. Look at that. I didn't expect that, to be honest. 1 inch. Okay, so here I do have that fold which I made, and I'm gonna score it down, and I'm gonna score every 1/8 of inch, kind of close to that flap here, in the size of 1 1/4 of inch, I guess. Yeah, 1 1/4 every 1/8 of inch, to make this kind of like, you know, that wavy look. So it will go around those pages here. So now I know I do have that scoring lines. So now I know where I should go with those envelopes, and I'm gonna be using, first I'm gonna distress them, of course. For gluing these envelopes to my base, I'm gonna be using this brown tape for now, and I'm gonna get a piece of that brown tape. And for those who haven't seen my video where I shared, I found this tape on Cardboard Market here close to Rodrem on Old Coats. It's called that place where the cardboard markets are happening, and I think it was kind of like rugs and carpets shop clearance or something like that. And they had only 2 rolls, and I bought them both because it was for good price, and I actually love this size of that you know, of that tape. It's awesome. It looks so amazing, I have to be honest here, and it's kind of funny to craft with it. So here I'm gonna take kind of like second score line and glue my paper, my envelope here. So it will be folded around my envelope this way. Yeah, here. Okay, and I'm gonna place the second envelope on exact same spot from the opposite side. So match it here on the sides. So place my envelope here, match it with that first envelope, flip it over, and glue. I'm gonna flip it that way and this way. For now, I'm gonna keep them this way, and I'm gonna add also another papers. So as I said, I do have always 1 embossed envelope and 1 not embossed envelope. On these non-embossed envelopes, I do have here these little envelopes, and I decided to glue them here like an extras. So I'm gonna add the glue on the flap, but not on all flap, just like this, and slide it there. Here I do have another one, so I'm gonna take another envelope. and maybe place it from the top. And I do have one more. And I do have also this notepad, which I found a long time ago, that these papers from that notepad, they actually fit to these envelopes here. So I'm gonna use them on every single one of these envelopes just to glue them to that flap here, because it's just sitting there really nicely. So I'm gonna use them here. So they will be like writing papers. I do have glued in every single envelope these papers, and I'm gonna grab back my scoring board. I folded also this front right next to that envelope and folded that back right next to behind that envelope to make it kind of like more, you know, more visible where the spine is. I'm gonna grab my scoring board. So here I'm gonna score 1 inch, because the spine here is 1 inch. So both of them I'm gonna score 1 inch here to give that same gap, like I do have the spine here, to give that same gap here on these ends, so it will cover the pages, kind of like around the pages. So anywhere on the full number, and score 1 inch here. That's one, and the second one I'm gonna do exactly the same, anywhere on full number, just to check if I am the right way. Yeah, and score 1 inch. So now this is the bottom of my journal. So this envelope I'm gonna glue it all together first. And now I'm gonna actually cut this end and make it like a pocket. Before that, I'm gonna fold this to make sure I know how deep my pocket will be. This will be kind of like that spine here. So to make sure I know how far it goes, I'm gonna grab again my brown tape, place it here with that fold. And same I'm gonna do on that opposite side. Just here, I'm gonna actually glue only the part that 1 inch. So I'm gonna glue just this 1 inch. Now I'm gonna grab the tape, place it here. Here, this entry I'm just gonna reinforce and keep it as an entry to that envelope, as a pocket, side pocket. This I'm gonna glue down, so it will be entry to this pocket here. And I do have that 1 inch glued. This one I can either glue it down, or I can use it like another flap for some extra something here. I'm gonna keep it this way for now. So if I will close this, close that, this will be like a pocket. I forgot. I'm gonna cut off the end of this one. So I do have entry here, and when it will be closed, I will have pocket here. I'm gonna take circle punch and just mark that here is entry to that pocket. So it can be this way. I can do you know, string closure here around the pages, and I will have kind of like boxed little notepad. I do have here 8x8 paper pad from Tim Holtz. These beautiful papers, and I was thinking, because it's nearly similar size, these are slightly bigger, so I was thinking, how about if I will add always one of these beautiful papers, and they are really gorgeous. Look at that. I love them. Gorgeous papers. So if I will add, you know, one paper here, and I can fold it I'm gonna create on one end a tab, on one side I mean, 3 inches, 3.5 inch. Three and a half inch top. Look at this. Around the corners. Now I'm gonna fold the side without tab to that side with a tab. So I will match this long edge here, like this. And of course watch these sides to make them straight. I'm gonna give it a try. Oh, look at that, that will be actually perfect. Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this on every single envelope. I'm just gonna move the tab always on, you know, in the middle and on the top. So here you have it on the bottom. I'm gonna create one on the top, so when it will be folded this way, it doesn't matter actually. 3.5. Okay, and again fold it this way, match the sides. So I'm gonna start with the tab on the top, That's gonna be this one. Then I will need tap in the middle. This will be on the next page. This will be somewhere here. So tap in the middle. Look at these gorgeousness. These I'm gonna cut on pieces, same like the images here. I'm not gonna create a top page from these because they are beautiful as an insert, as decorations. Okay, bingo card. This one is perfect. Pacific Ocean. That could do. All these could be cut on pieces, you know, and used like embellishments. So I'm gonna keep them inside for now. Now middle. Middle tab. So this is 8 inches and 3 inches. I'm gonna place it on 1 3/4 here and 1 3/4 here, and have a look. Actually it will be a long middle tab, will be very long, but I don't mind actually that much. Yeah, I think it will be okay. And I will have middle tab here. Okay, so I'm gonna do another 3 tab pages. So I do have cutted or pre-cutted, you know, those pages, and I think I'm gonna start to decorate it. First, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take off all of these out, and I'm gonna actually create first the cover for the journal, as that is the best, to have the journal kind of like flat as much as I can. So I can flat it down this way, and I can cover all the journal with some papers, with some collage, and create something on this. And also I forgot this front page of my journal, front cover, kind of like front cover, this one. It could be possibly a pocket as well. I'm gonna close this because that will be very shallow pocket, very low pocket, so I'm gonna glue this. This will be not like my pocket for the journal. This will be as a flap only. So I'm gonna leave this closed, and I'm gonna use some decorative paper or maybe fabric. To cover this one. And here, that could be a really nice deep pocket here on the front. So I'm gonna open this side before I will do any kind of decorations on the top of the cover. So I do have opened this front of the cover, and I was thinking, first I was thinking I'm gonna do full kind of like fabric coverage, but I think in this case I'm gonna actually do panels instead of full coverage. So over the spines, and I'm gonna take it like multi spines here, 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 and here. I'm gonna place some fabric, and I'm gonna cut the pieces from this old envelope for the front. So for the front, this one, and for the back, I'm gonna cut pieces from this envelope, and this part I'm gonna reinforce with some beautiful paper actually. So first I'm gonna choose what kind of paper. I would love this one, I guess. It does have beautiful writing. Oh yeah, I can totally place it here. And I can even leave the background as it is. Okay, so this will be my first attempt to this page. Here, where the background will be, well, where the back cover will be, I'm gonna actually create a pocket in this spot. And I'm gonna do that slot pocket here. Yeah. So I'm gonna take my tool, measure when I will place it this way. So I do have kind of like equally placed this paper on that background. I know I can go to that M, Monsignor. To that M, I can. That's farthest where I can go with this tool. So I'm gonna actually start in there. That M I do have on the side here, and I'm just gonna slide it this way and cut the entry for a pocket. And one more. Put this way. So that's gonna be here. A long pocket, and I think then I can add another pocket on the top. And here I don't want to have any pocket. It will be spine and also something what I will slide inside, but I would like to have it kind of like magnetic. So this end of cover will go slide in kind of like this way, and there will be magnets here to catch it and hold it. So before I will place this down, I'm gonna actually add there those magnets somewhere here. I do have here these magnets, so I'm gonna place here double-sided tape. And I'm gonna go and placing the magnets. I do have one from this side, one from here. So I'm thinking about 4 magnets will be okay. They are not too big, these, so I'm thinking rather more than I will place there just 2, and it will don't hold, so it will be kind of like wasting the effort and the magnets. So rather I will place there a little bit more, and I will be sure it will hold. So this way, now I can place double-sided tape over. And I'm gonna place double-sided tape also on this. So here, where this slot is ending, I'm gonna place there double-sided tape this way, and then all around. Before I will place there the paper, I think I'm gonna stamp around something. I'm gonna place it here as it will be, and actually draw the pattern because I'm always okay with drawing around. It kind of reminds me, you know, math graphs and stuff like that, which I do like. So I don't mind if I will have here on my paper some drawing. For me, it's like when I am using stamps with label shapes. So it makes line as well. So I can keep here this one, and now I know where I should stamp to see something. So I'm gonna do some stamping around. I do have here and there some stamping. I took off the backing from double-sided tape here and all around. And I'm just gonna place it over here, where there I draw that I will have this. Now I can take off these magnets. I'm gonna fold this and fold this. And I'm gonna close and slide this one to that pocket here. Oh, I forgot that I wanted to also kind of manage these sides a little bit to this fold, to cut this in the small angle so I can actually fit to this one. Not big, really, very small angle, just like this. Now I can slide it in like this. And I can manage how far I would like to go. I think this one, it's the best one, I guess, that way. So I'm gonna take my magnets and try to find them again, those inside. Ah, there you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I do have placed my magnets. Now I'm gonna save them with double-sided tape. Go over it and kind of press. Make sure they will hold on the right spot before I will move this out. And I'm gonna try it again if it catches. Oh, it does. Good. I can hear that click. So now first I'm gonna cut the pieces of this envelope to cover this front and back. So I do have cut 4 pieces actually from an old envelope and an old cereal box. I do have 2 pieces which I can use on these flaps, and I decided to leave those flaps on the top as a front cover with a pocket. So I do have 2 old envelope cutted, 2 pieces of on an envelope cutted to the size I can fit to those flaps, one here and one here. I also used a rounded corner punch to on these corners, and what I found in my stuff, what I would like to do as a closure, it's this magnetic thingy. It's actually a handbag magnetic closure. It's very easy to apply and it does hold really nicely. So this I would like to use here as a closure. Then I do have cutted these two pieces. One will be for back cover and one will be for front cover. This is 4.5, I think. 4.5, yes. This piece here, that envelope piece, it's 4 inches. This one. This I do have 4.5, and I'm gonna create a tab here at the front. So, and the tab I wanna have on the bottom of that page. And I'm thinking about 4 inches long tab. And the back cover, it's just in the size of the back of my little journal. It will cover all this back side. So I'm starting to kind of like cover with some paper or fabric the pieces. Here on one side I glued this brown paper, so now I do have both sides covered with brown paper. That was you know, the piece from Serali box. And here this will be on the top of my this inside front cover. So here I can decide if I want to have there some paper or fabric. This will be back side or back cover of this journal. So I already covered glued on it this denim fabric, and I'm gonna be sewing all around to make it, you know, permanent, to make sure that it will hold. And I do have here same fabric cut at 2 pieces, which will cover this bottom and top spine, and I'm gonna be sewing that as well. So first I will glue it there using just this glue, because then I will sew it over that spine to make sure it's holding nicely. So just quickly glue it over that spine here. And then I will take my sewing machine and sew it all around, and probably like cross in that spine. And same I'm gonna do on this side. And before I will add here that back piece of chipboard, I'm gonna sew around this piece and around these pieces here over those top and bottom spine. And then I do have pieces for bottom pocket, this one, and that top flap. And that top flap I would like to create as a window pocket. And this bottom pocket, which will be here, pocket, this one, this bottom pocket I would like to make probably just cover with the same fabric like is this one. Just a very easy way to cover with that fabric and just sew around the edges. So this bottom piece I'm gonna cover with same fabric, with same denim fabric, sewn all around. Here I'm gonna sew all around. And this piece, which will be here on the top as a top flap, I'm gonna now prepare for the next step. I'm gonna take my ruler and pencil, draw a frame and cut the window. I do have cut that window in my future flap here on the front flap. So I do have cut that window in that frame. And now I can put that denim fabric on these 2 pieces. I do have my 3 pieces covered with that fabric and also sewn around. And I do have here prepared this embossing folder. I'm gonna do some embossing. I'm gonna do part embossing on the frame for the flap. So I'm gonna place it here. This will be the flap and pocket, right? So the frame I'm gonna emboss from the kind of like bottom about that way, kind of like a just partition. So I'm gonna load it to my embossing machine this way, so it will go probably that way. So just part will be embossed, and the bottom I will try, hopefully it will be visible at least a little bit. You know, here will be bottom of that. So I'm gonna try to emboss it from this way. Again, just partition. So I do have embossed partitions on my pieces. Here I will put some label because here it's quite too much visible, the end of my embossing folder. But the other parts, they are embossed really well, maybe here as well, to put some label on it. I folded the book as it should be. So I slide my magnetic closure here. This way, okay. I'm gonna close this, and I'm gonna make a marks where I wanna see the closure itself. So, which one I'm gonna put first? So this one will be here. And to make sure I can close that, okay. I'm gonna grab my closure, and here on the bottom I'm gonna place this flat one. So my flap, it's ending somewhere here, and I know there will be this frame. So somewhere here I would like to have the closure. So now I press it through, not through, I press it quite a lot, so I do have marks. I'm gonna cut it through. One, second one. Fix this bottom part here. Secure it with this one. Fold. And make sure that it's holding well. I'm gonna glue it all the way. I'm not gonna, you know, make some space between. I'm gonna glue it all the way on this. So I need to cover this cut because I didn't thought I'm gonna put here this coverage. So I can actually glue it as it is. I'm gonna take my glue, place a glue here. So I do have glue on this piece. I can glue it straight away here. Make a nice position on this base flat. If you notice these marks, I've been washing old dishes, and I didn't notice that one glass got broken in the water, and I, started to wash it from inside, and I just cut myself. That's when you don't have that, not washing machine, what is it, dishwasher? It's a dishwasher, right? And it's not, it's about 2 days when I watched the video. That's quite funny. When I watched the video about improvement kitchen in America, new kitchens, and it was from 1941, no, 1949 actually, 1949. improvement kitchen, and I love that kitchen. I want that kitchen because for me that was the most amazing, useful, uh, awesome kitchen, and it did had a dishwasher. I was so surprised. I'm gonna be nearly 50. I am 50 this year, and I never had dishwasher, and it was already in the kitchen from 1949. So it's quite funny. And bam, bam, and then I did cut myself while washing the dishes. That, that says something. That if I will have ever my own home, I should have dishwasher, I guess. No, I should have, definitely I should have that kitchen. That was amazingly designed, well designed, uh, well designed kitchen, really awesome. I'm gonna put link down below for that video. You should watch that. It was awesome, awesome. I love that kitchen very, very much. So now I am here, and I need to clip this one. So I'm gonna place that other half, you know, here. I'm gonna hold my kind of like journal this way, and I'm gonna make sure this bottom one and top one are matching nicely, and I'm just gonna press. Come on, sit. I think I do have both, yeah. I can do these cuts, one here, one here. And now I actually forgot, I need to have some coverage here. If I want to have there some decorative paper, it's better to place it there now. So what I'm gonna place here, I think I'm gonna be using some of these Tim Holtz papers from that paper pad, and as that will be kind of like top flap, you know, this will be here, it will be like this, and clip. Okay, so it will be lifting up. I wanna have here what kind of paper. I'm gonna have a look at this wonderful, beautiful paper pad and choose some paper. Which one? This one. I love this paper. Oh yeah, definitely yes. Oh yes, that will be just exactly. Okie dokie. So I'm gonna be using this paper. I'm gonna place that paper here, and inside I'm gonna put probably the rest of that paper, you know, to make it beautiful. Okay, so I'm gonna make a mark, cut the piece I need. So a piece of this, and I'm gonna glue it right over that pocket. Here. And some decorative paper inside. So I do have glued these two decorative papers. I'm gonna flip it over, cut again through to those marks I do have here. 1, 2. Now I can place there the magnet, and of course I need to place it from this side, right? So I'm gonna place there the magnet, place this metal here and fix it. Make it flat. And we're gonna try. Oh, good, it's holding. Oh, good. It's holding nicely. Perfect. For the frame, I do have prepared here piece of acetate and gonna glue it this way. So here I do have double-sided tape, so from this side I can actually add there some alcohol inks, and I do have here this alcohol lift ink, and I would like to try it because you know, I haven't used it for such a long time. So here I do have, what is this color? Jeez, oh my, now it's on my fingers. Good. So I just noticed that my video didn't went well, that I didn't record that. I did use alcohol inks on piece of acetate, and I made kind of like mix of alcohol inks on that acetate. I left them dry, and then I used this alcohol lift ink, and with this beautiful La Blanche stamp, I did stamp on that inked side and lifted a little bit of that ink. It's nearly dry, I have to say. I haven't used it that often, and it's nearly dry. Oh man, I shouldn't be buying all that stuff if I'm not using it, right? And just press it down, hold it for a short time. I think that's enough. And lift. And now with the paper towel, just lift that rest. And I do have beautifully lift up ink, and I do have that left over here, so I can actually stamp it somewhere, maybe right here. So I'm gonna place my acetate piece here. I do have my acetate glued on my pocket, and now I can glue this piece here, and I'm gonna create it as a top loaded pocket from this side. Oh, come on. Yeah, I will get there. Eventually I will get there. It will slide this way. So I'm gonna I think I'm gonna use foam tape just to make it a little bit pop up. And I just found out that one part of the video where I have created or decorated this piece inside, this inside, I think, no, this one is this in video. Now I'm a little bit confused. And this one and this one, it's not on video, so I'm gonna just tell you quickly what I did here. This on the top is toilet paper roll, which I distressed with embossed with embossing folder, and then I distress it with few colors. Actually, I used vintage photo, seal brown, and a little bit of twilight gray to add their shades and stuff like that. I cut the toilet paper roll on the size 5 inches. Then I scored 1/4 of inch, half inch. Here, 1/4 of inch, half inch on each side, and I folded them so you can see that here. It's zigzag fold. Here on the bottom I didn't do any scoring. I just glue it here and here on that cardstock I had, and also staple it with stapler just to make sure it will hold. Here on the bottom I did sew it with my sewing machine twice, like there and back. to add a little bit of kind of like decoration on that chipboard, I did use first this perforated strip. Then I distress it all, and then I use those eyelets in the holes of that perforated strip, and I went through with the thread. Then I did glue it on my envelope, like fully glue it on my envelope. Here I did use just, I do have creation from last year, just little pocket here and little pocket here. I did that last year, and I think I do have somewhere a video on these, so I just use it here like a pocket. So I do have pocket here and pocket here, pocket, and this is opening, and pocket here. That was all what I did here. I think I do have this on the video where I have added the closure. So here I just glued this decoration, and here I glued strip of book page with the lace on it where I fixed this decoration. These are both resin pieces. Here inside I do have strip of paper, oops, which I just unglued. I need to add there a little bit of glue. I had ripped edge on that strip of paper, so first I did sewing all around, distress it. Then the strip of paper was longer than is my pocket here, so I just folded that end of that decorative paper, as you can see here. I did stamping here on the side. Then first I glue it here inside of that envelope, folded it over and glue it on these three sides. So that way there is a pocket from this side. And on the top I did glue this frame. This we did using packaging tape and 12 by 12 sheet, if you do remember that. It's from last year maybe, or previous year, or year before. That was when we used all full sheet 12 by 12, and we cut it windows, one next to another one. Through to those windows we layered this packaging tape, that you know, clear packaging tape, and we created many these windows, many these specimen windows at once. That was sometimes I think next year, yeah, last year I think. So that was all what I did here. I think I don't have anything else. Oh yeah, here I do have just a piece of paper glued on these two sides, here and here, so it does have create a pocket from here. And I don't have anything on these places. Yeah, that's all for now what I do have done on this journal. So now I can start to create something on the papers which I have prepared for these extra you know, extra holders. Really like how it looks like now with this tab here. And if I will, you know, pull this side, oh yeah, here I added this is one of these pet tapes. I did used alcohol ink on that pet tape, not on the envelope underneath, but on that pet tape I did use alcohol ink, and I inked it so it looks kind of like vintagey now. It's for now. I'm gonna share it with you as it is. We do have the base. We do have here some pages, and as you can see I did distress it. I did use actually coffee and brush. I went with brush and coffee over my pages and envelopes and used a heating tool to dry all these, you know, all these papers. So the color you see, it's from coffee. those stains. And I should start to think how I would like to add, they will definitely be here, added on these papers, and I think inside I would like to have those pop-up things. So we will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pop-up things that I can do, and I think I'm gonna share them separately so you will have reference anytime you will wanna see it. So for today, here is our little envelope folio. I guess it's not classical journal, it's more like folio. It does have space for writing. It does have lots of space actually for writing, because I didn't add any pictures here, so you can actually use it for writing as well. Look at how much space for writing it does have. But it will be probably more like pop-up folio, because once I will have something, some pop-up thing, I will try also decorate around. So that's all my sharing for today. I hope you will try something like this. And yeah, I'm gonna make some notes which pop-up things I would like to do, and then I will come back with separate videos for each of these insights, and hopefully we will finish that soon. Thank you so much for jumping in today and spending your time with me. Have a wonderful day. Take care of yourself. Drink lots of water, because that can help through many things. So drink lots of water, and I will come back soon. Thank you so much for now, and bye.